Hey guys, it's August 31st. I'm Kimberly Jolly from Fat Quarter Shop FlossTube, and I have a ton of stuff to show you today. I'm so excited. I have a brand new Lori item. I finally have the date for the Christmastime mystery stitch along. I have a ton of patterns to show you from Needlework Expo. I also have a ton of finished items and just lots of whips. So I have been busy behind the scenes stitching like crazy. Remember, we are starting Sunflower September tomorrow, and I'm also going to go over that. So I'm going to just jump right in and show you a pop-up of Lori's brand new pattern that will be coming out soon. It's called Autumn Love, and we've been teasing it for Stitchtober. But I wanted to give you like a little hint. Now, if you go to the website, you will see that it is there. So we've got the pattern. It's called Autumn Love. It is going to come out in a week to week and a half. We are also going to have a thread pack that comes with a floss keeper. You can also buy the floss keeper separately. And there is going to be a cute enamel needle minder. So if you go to fatquartershop.com and look and search Autumn Love, this will show up. And then I'm going to do a poll right now. If you want to see more of an up-close picture of it during the live stream, let me know. And if we get enough votes, I will show you kind of an up-close picture that Lori showed. But now what I'm going to do is kind of show you the colors, and I'm going to kind of talk through just the different products that are available so that you can start thinking of what you want to do for yours. So the products are going to come in on different days. And so like the thread pack might go live one day. The needle minder might come in a different day. We wanted to launch this a couple of weeks earlier, but we didn't. So there's product delays on all ends, all three ends. So it will get here when it gets here. But I'm so excited because I'm going to be doing this as part of Stitchtober. But I was going to show you kind of the different options so you can think about your fabric. And then after that, I'm going to kind of talk about my plans for Stitchtober, and that's pretty something I've kind of been working on. And next week, you will be able to see the actual cross stitch. Right now, it's at Sarah's house in Dallas, and we will have it. We're still working on the pattern, photographing it, that kind of thing. So the fabric that Lori picked is her Barley 25 count Lugana. It's a light cream, and it's not too brown, but it's pretty light and it's really pretty. Now, if you use the 36, if you use the 25 count Lugana, you will have 1.5 inches on all sides left because it fits this fabric. So when you start, you're going to want to start in the center, and I will talk about that more in Stitchtober. So some of you might not be comfortable with only having a small, and these are the colors of floss. Some of you might not be comfortable with only 1.5 inches border. So if you are, you could use her Prim 25 count, which is much darker. And the only thing is, we've got 2 colors right here that might not show up, but that is an option because this is a bigger piece. So this is Prim 25 count. If you want to stitch on Ada, the closest we could come up with was lamb's wool, 14 count. And there's 2 sizes. You can either get the fat quarter size and have a 2 inches around, or you can buy the lamb's wool 25 by 36 and not have to worry about having to stitch so close to the edge. So that's 4 options right there. Now what Lori's going to be doing as part of Stitchtober, she's going to stitch on 36 count cream and sugar. So Lori likes to stitch on 36 count. Last week I said 40 count, but I meant 36 count. And she also doesn't stitch with the hoop, which I said she did last week, and I was just really a mess last week, which I think I am every week. So these look very similar. So what I'm going to be stitching is the 25 count barley. And Lori's going to stitch Cream and Sugar by Fiber on a Whim. Now, I believe this is sold out. We do have it on order, and we also have the 14 count and 16 count on order. Fiber on a Whim is great with deliveries. We have ordered this about 2 weeks ago, actually, so it should come in any day. So those are kind of your options. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about Stitchtober. So with Stitchtober, what does the pole look like? The Floss Keeper can be purchased separately when it comes in. Oh, 97%. Yes. Okay. So let's see if Jordan can show us that up close sneak peek. And now that I've shown you the fabric and everything, you can see how that gray might be a little too dark on the prim. But I just wanted to show it to you. Now, when you're looking at this, that has 22,209 stitches. So if I compare that to something previous that I've done of Lori's, that I've stitched, Vintage Housewives has 17,000 stitches. So it has 5,000 more stitches than Vintage Housewives. So what I decided is I'm going to do something very different this year. I'm going to be a monogamous stitcher for Stitchtober. So starting October 1st, I'm only stitching this piece. That's it. And if I have time to add other stuff, which of course I probably will, I will. So if I stitch over 45 days, which is October 1st to November 15th, I need to stitch 500 stitches a day to complete it. Now, we'll see if I complete it or not. But drop in any suggestions on how you think I should track my stitches. Now, one thing that I did do, because I'm kind of trying to figure out the Stitchtober thing and if it's really achievable, is I did count my stitches on 2 different things, and I can pretty much do 6 to 7 stitches a minute. If Piggy's barking or running around the house or jumping off the bed, then that interrupts my 6 to 7 stitches a minute, because that's what happened last night. But if I do that, I can definitely get it done, because I would need to work about 2 hours every day on it. So I'm not going to start until October 1st. And of course, when you follow us on Instagram or Facebook, which is FQSX Stitch, you will be able to see what I do each day. And I am going to start in the center. And the reason I'm going to start in the center is so that I know I have enough on the left and the right, since the piece is kind of close. I am not going to stitch by color. I'm going to start in the center and go out. So monogamous stitching means that I'm just going to stitch Autumn Love. That pattern is coming in stock like in a week and a half. So starting October 1st, I'm just going to work on one thing. Now, during Sunflower September, that is starting tomorrow, and I'm going to talk about in a little bit, I am going to try to get ahead on the things that I would have needed to do in October, which I'm always kind of a little bit ahead. So you're going to see in my whips that I finished some things early, and that is why. Okay, so for 36 count, I would like Lori to answer in the chat to Kaynella how many threads over how many stitches, so that I don't say it wrong. What 18 count would you suggest for barley or cream and sugar? So the 25 count barley is the only count that comes in. So if you're going to do an 18 count, I would do cream and sugar. That is also on order from Fiber on a Whim. So that is brand new Autumn Love. Any questions, let me know. Now next week I'm going to go into detail. I'm going to show you all this fabric again and everything, and show it to you with the piece and all of that, so you can see more details. And the PDF will be available in 6 months. So I am excited to tell you that Christmastime Mystery Stitch Along is going to start soon. So I'm going to pop up a date. We were waiting on the quilting fabric to arrive, and that quilting fabric finally arrived on Monday. So we are going to start this stitch along on September 13th, And so you can see it is in 5 pieces. It's a free pattern that will come out on Tuesday, September 13th, which is about 2 weeks. And there will be 5 pattern releases total. You can find those on our blog or on our website. And in addition, this is a free, so it's a free pattern. You don't have to buy anything, and you can use fabric from your stash if you want. Now I'm going to be stitching on this 14 count natural, and it's really pretty. So on this one, I have never stitched on this, and it looks really nice. So I honestly would just suggest you stick with this. I would not change it because when it's done, you're going to love it. But I did want to show you, if you stitch on linen, I would not buy the Natural Light 28 count because it is too dark. So this is natural 14 count. This is Natural Light. I think it's too dark, but I would honestly just stick with the natural. It looks so good when it's done, and we had never used that before, so we were so happy with the results. So with this, you can either get the Classic Colorworks thread pack or the DMC thread pack. So I'm going to put those threads on top of the fabric so you can decide on camera which one you think might look better for colorways for you. I'm going to stitch with the Classic Colorworks. And this is really cute, and I love that it's free. Okay, Lori answered. When she stitches on 36 count linen, she stitches with 1 thread over 2 squares of linen. Oh, Holly Martin says, silly piggy. Oh yeah, he's been really bad lately. So that is Classic Colorworks. So you've got 2 reds, 2 greens, 2 browns, and a white. And then I'll show you the DMC. So for the 14 count Christmas Mystery, stitch on natural 14 count, and then this is the DMC. So, you know, when we match threads, sometimes we get a pretty close match and sometimes we don't. And this one, I did feel like when we did it, we were able to get a close match. Anytime we're not able to, I try to tell you so that you know. So that is how that looks. So this is natural 14 count. And I'm going to be putting mine in the Berry Mad for Plaid bag with my mistletoe needle minder. So when you come that week of September 13th, I'll show you part 1, part 2, part 3. Would platinum linen look good? Yes. Teresa says, Kimberly, don't you think you should go to StitchCon next year? Signups are next week. You can get so much stitching in. I don't know that I can take that much time away from my kids, to be honest. So probably not. And to be honest, I'd rather just go to Lori's house and just stitch with Lori because I'm an introvert. Y'all think I'm an extrovert, but I pretty much don't talk most of the day. Is 25 count over 2? It is. Okay, so this is the Christmastime Mystery. I'm going to put this aside. And then I'm going to do a recap again of Sunflower September, which starts tomorrow. If you want to see the full details, check out my FlossTube that we published on August 10th. So I have about 9 items I'm doing. So the first thing is the Sunflower Sampler pattern by Fat Quarter Shop. It is a mystery. And if you sign up, you get 5 different parts. I'm going to stitch with the NPI. Secret to all my floss tubers that are watching, NPI is on sale 30% off. So if you want this thread pack, it's 30% off for the entire month. In fact, all of NPI is going to be on sale 30% off for the month of September. And I am stitching on Icelandic Gray 14 count. And so kind of the way it goes is like part 1, part 2, and then you kind of fill in. And we do have something planned for this that I came up with last night to do at the end, which is going to be really fun. The second pattern, Sunflower Sampler. by Heart and Hand. And I'm stitching on 25 count oatmeal. It's Lori's fabric, and I'm using the called for colors. So my needle minder got stuck. That's a pretty good idea, actually. That needle minder got stuck on the floss, and that's actually pretty good. I should probably do that more often. So I am going to start this week. The third item is ABC by Primrose Cottage. And on this one, I changed my fabric. So I'm stitching on the pale gray gingham that I love. And I'm using Lori's Beekeeper to put my floss on there. And I'm using called for DMC. So on this one, the only thing I changed was the fabric. Let's see what she says. Sample stitched on 25 count white. So they stitched on white. I'm going to stitch on pale gray gingham. And put in there. And then this is the one, Let's Go Ride a Bike. I want to make sunflower fields, and then there's also a pumpkin one I want to make. So I'm using chalkboard black. This is Sunflower Fields by Stitching with the Housewives, and I'm just using called for floss. And on this one, I'll probably go left to right. And then my last four are going to be Priscilla and Chelsea Stitching with the Housewives. So Priscilla, she dyed me fabric. I'm so excited. I've never stitched on something that's really dyed, like for real. So I'm so excited. Well, I guess I have stitched on fiber on a whim, but I'm very excited and so thankful that Priscilla did this for me. So I was able to, last week we talked about she dyed on white chocolate Witchell. She used evening blue Rit dye with no coffee or tea, and I was able to get 6 squares. So I should have 2 left over that I can use on previous projects, future projects, sorry. So these are the 4 that came out in August. Snowed in Sunflowers. These are PDFs. You Are My Sunshine. Happy Days. And Sunflower Hill. So on these, I will stitch on the fabric that she dyed, and I probably won't change any colors. And I think the way I broke it up is this is 3 parts, and all of these are 2 parts. So I'll just do half one week and then half the other week. So that is Sunflower September, which starts tomorrow. So make sure you use the hashtag and follow us on social media for that. Now I'm going to move into whips. So Stitchy Stars is a Lori Holt pattern, and it was published last year, and I wanted to make it Christmassy. So the colors I'm using are called for, except I'm using 562 to replace the light green, the light blue, and 505 to replace the dark blue. Now, the remaining 3 colors, pink, red, and white, stay the same. So those are on the pattern. And I decided to use this, and I'm actually using this for Barn Sweet Barn next year. So if you have this, hold on to it, because I'm using this for Barn Sweet Barn because it has the perfect number of holes for what we're doing. And I just put the DMC stickers on there, and then you can just peel them off. But so the red is 321, the pink is 760, and the white is just white. Now these aren't taking me very long, so I might do something where I stitch 2 this week and then 2 next week, so that nothing goes into October, because in October I really want to see if in 45 days I can complete that big stitch. This is Oatmeal 14 count by Lori Holt. And so definitely 2 stars next week. If I get super ambitious, I'll do more, but I'm pretty sure it'll be 2. And I also really like this thread keeper because it's rectangular. For some reason, I'm just like loving this recently. Another whip I worked on is Holiday Hallmarks. So I'm almost done. And this really does not take much time, and I actually really love this one because I like stitching with text. So on this one, cast iron skillet is still not in stock. I've had it on order for 12 months. It still has not come in stock. So I actually ordered that from another store. So I still order from other stores. If I can't get it, you know, I know you guys do that too. Grape leaf is the green. These are DMC colors, but I just decided to do mine in this. And then autumn spice is going to be my orange pumpkin. And the reason I'm using cast iron skillet is I did something similar another year that I can't remember off the top of my head what it is, but I wanted it to be matchy with that. So that's why I used cast iron skillet. Now, of course, I can't even remember what that was now, but I know when I store my stuff, I do store it with what I'm going to how I'm going to display it. So this is a PDF, one-time purchase, a low-price PDF, and there are 3 out now. I'm going to frame all 3 the same, and the 4th one will be coming out in a month or 2. Oh, thank you, Lori. She says my Stitchy Stars is looking good. Oh, thank you. I must not have texted her a photo of it. And then Kaylee is asking if Christmas Mystery would look good on black, and I would say no. Now, I did get ambitious, and I started, I think I'd already shown you that I had done the pumpkin small for October month to month. So I went ahead and got this done. It's the top half, and I really ended up liking, look at my pumpkin. It looks so good. It looks variegated and everything, and I did not use the way you're supposed to. I just did the loop method, and it came out variegated, so that was kind of cool. Now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably start with the roof of the barn, go down, and then go left. And I definitely will have this finished in September. Now, one thing I wanted to talk about with this is this is just super fun, and I don't know, I just love these. But on this, okay, so when we first talked about it, I went to Home Goods. I got these frames. They're $4.99, very inexpensive. And the Home Goods by me actually has a very nice selection of frames, always, until now. So I went back a couple of times, and when I went back, they didn't have this frame, but they had this one. It's the same brand, also $4.99. So I bought 2 of these. And I bought a gray one. I went back again last night just to see, and there are 0 4-inch frames. So what I'm going to do is there's another Hobby Lobby in town. I'm going to either go there, or actually, no, it's a Home Goods. Yeah, so I'm just going to go this weekend, see if they have more, and just keep going. And then if not, I'll have to go to another city to find more. But I have 5. So I only need 7 more. But it was kind of fun. My daughter's learning how to drive, and so she has her permit. So she dropped me off at the front door, and I was like, just park the car. I'll come to the car. I start walking. She's like pulling the car out. I'm like, park the car. Do not back the car up. And she just keeps backing up, and she's like, Mom, I know I can drive. Anyway, they had no. It was nice to have front door service, though, to Home Goods, but there was no frames. And they also had this really cute, oh my gosh, it was so cute. It was like a little milk carton-ish, and it had like some sunflowers that were fall-ish, and it was so cute, and it would have looked so good in my kitchen with 3 of them, and there was only 1. So I'm gonna go back this weekend and see if I can find it, because it would have been so cute. So I also started working on Autumn Petites. And this is the one where we sprayed it with the Primitive Gatherings antique spray. It is now back in stock, and I just did 1 square. So this week I might finish all 3. I might do 1. I might do 2. We'll kind of just see kind of how much time I have. This one was really fun. These are a lot smaller squares than Fall on the Farm, and so I kind of thought, oh, I need about 5 or 6 hours to do this, and I got it done in like an hour and a half. And so it was really like a nice surprise, because I guess I just didn't think about the fact that it was so much smaller, and I was able to get so much more done. There are no specialty stitches on any of these that I've shown today. So this one I wanted to show you. You guys let me know. We're going to zoom in a little bit. Y'all let me know that I was missing his hands. So I stitched his hands right there. So thanks for telling me that, because I always appreciate the feedback. So this is one that I just decided to do because it's just too cute to not do. So I've got that one done. I'm going to send it to Priscilla. And then this week, I got Foxy Fall done. Now, this is why I should not be stitching at football games. I took this to a football game and I stitched it, but I stitched the blue in dark blue because in my bag I had blue corn from Stanley Scarecrow. I also had Tropical Paradise from Stanley Scarecrow, but I threw all three of these in the bag with October wreaths. So I go to football. I'm not paying attention because my kid got put on the bench for the first game. And I was not, I mean, if my kid's not on the field, I'm not watching. Sorry. And I stitched this and I got in the car and I was like, it looks kind of dark, but I'm going to leave it. Looks good, but that's why I should be paying attention a little bit more. So then when I got in the car on the way home, because it was an hour drive, Kevin drives everywhere, I stitched this. And I obviously didn't finish, but this is in an hour, this is in 1 hour in the car. That is obviously not the right color of the house, but I'm leaving it, and we're just gonna have Foxy Fall, Stanley Scarecrow, and Fall Home, just a little bit different. And then these are really cute. So I'm thinking I will finish this one and I'll send all three to Priscilla at one time. And if you guys think I should redo this in Tropical Paradise, maybe we can do a poll and y'all can let me know. The only thing I would say about this, my criticism would be the black and the blue don't really contrast. But I think once I get everything on there, it will be okay. So let me know if you think I should redo that. I'm definitely not redoing this one because I think it looks great. This is the one where I'm like, okay, that's why I should be paying attention. But that's kind of what I do. I'm kind of one of those people, I never stop. I just go, go, go. And that's just me in life. Like, but yeah, he got put on the bench because the first game he was not playing hard. And the second game he came out and he was like trying to knock people over. And Kevin said, well, I think he learned what sitting on the bench means. And then he got in the car and was like, they said if you're lazy, they're going to see it on tape. And I'm thinking, they're going to see it right in front of you, Christopher. Like, just get on the field. But anyway, so that is that. This is pale gray gingham in 14 count. Oh, Sharon says she wishes she could send her stuff to Priscilla. I know, I'm so blessed to have Priscilla, Lori, all my friends. I could not do this without them. I also could not do this without Jordan behind the camera, Denise behind the camera, Ashley behind the camera, and Sophie behind the camera, and Jocelyn. So all of this does not get done all by myself. Okay. Oh, Kristen says to leave the house. Yeah, I haven't decided. That's why I kind of stopped. This was actually planned to be finished for today. But I thought, you know, I should probably get their advice. Now, dun, 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 dun. Since we had the Scarecrow incident and I made a mistake, we're going to do something fun. Jordan and I are going to do something fun today. Now, if you come back on September 6th for Stitchy Talk, I'm going to do the back stitches. But what I want to do now is get you guys to really help me out because I love you guys so much and you guys help me every time. When I'm stitching fast, I'm stitching at sports events, I am watching Netflix, Hulu, I am in my own zone. I need you to look at all these blocks and see if I've missed anything. So I know that now ignore the back stitches and the French knots or colonial knots, but if I have missed anything, like I usually miss the hands or something to that effect. So if you have stitched this and you see that I'm missing like some leaves or something, please let me know, because that's one of the things that I love about reading comments. You guys actually help me out. So it's kind of like having a backup person to help me, because I would have just left those hands off. Anastasia has a good idea. She says maybe white trim on the house instead of black. That's a great idea. I just don't want to have to unpick the black out. But if I do, I can use my little fairy wand, floss fairy wand, to get the fuzz out. But that is one thing that I do, is if I get stuck, sometimes I just put it away and stop and then go on to something else, because sometimes I'll get a mind block and just like overthink. So that's why I just said, you know what, let me just put that away. So yeah, I am like 90% sure you guys are going to find something I've missed. So definitely check it out. Let me know if I've missed anything. This one I will be taking along with Vintage Housewives and Flea Market baskets. I'm going to take those with me to Lori's house in November and get those framed. Now this one I did want to point out on the pattern. Now I did want to point this out. This one, when I was stitching it, it shows pink here, but the pattern had yellow in there. So I just stitched the yellow, and then I was like, I'm not sure if the yellow and the pink look good. So I also wasn't sure, because here it kind of looks like a butterfly without the yellow in the center. So I wasn't sure if the pattern was right or the picture was right. So I just went with that. And then another thing that I think is funny is she's missing her feet here. So when I saw that, I was like, awesome, I'm not the only one who skips a stitch. Valeria Bauer says, thank you for being you. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, 61% say I should not restitch the fall on the fall home. Well, that is good. I was hoping it'd be closer to 90. So it's 61%. So I got that done. And thank you for any feedback you guys have on that one. And remember to come back next Tuesday for Stitchy Talk. Now, this is You Are the Boss, and I am 3 weeks ahead, and I finished it. And the reason I finished it is I'm going to go to the framer today. And I just figured I have like 4 or 5 things, and I don't want to, it's kind of far. It's downtown. I don't live anywhere near downtown. I don't work anywhere near downtown. But I thought, you know what? I don't want to have to pay the gas to go all the way up there in 2 weeks. So I just went ahead and finished this. I love it. I am going to frame it because I did do a wall. I've shown it on Kimberly's Stitch Squad on YouTube. Maybe I'll take a photo and bring it next week. I did a wall. Actually, I can probably show y'all now if Jordan stays right there on the thing. I will send it to Jordan and he can pop it up. So I started a wall in my house. Now, of course, it's not even, but we're going to pop that up in a second, and you'll see that they're all framed, and they are just different colored frames, and I'm just going to fill that whole wall with cross stitches. Let's see. The one with pigs looks like the leaves missing on the right, but didn't stitch this yet. So I will look and see. So I just need to look right here probably. Headlight on the truck, 2 stitches in white. Oh, see? Okay, so Denise is going to write these down so I don't forget. Love the yellow centers. Okay, that's good. I'm glad to know that because I wasn't really sure what to do with that. $9.99 from Kathy Longo. Thank you, Kimberly and crew, for all that you do for us and sharing your creativity to inspire us. Oh, thank you. Ilsa says, if Kimberly, it's beautiful. If something is missing, make it more unique in yours. And Sally says the red truck has no driver. Is it supposed to? Oh, let me see. So I'll check out all these. We're gonna, yeah. Will there be more gingham colors coming out on fabric? I don't know that Fabric Flair has any new one. Not Fabric Flair. Yeah, we'll email them and see if they have any new colors. Let me see. Oh, he's not supposed to have a driver. The driver's not there today. The driver went home. Okay, so there's my wall. So next to the sewing machine, to the left of the sewing machine, is where I'm hoping to put the You're the Boss. And so I kind of did a combination of, those are they're blue frames, but they're different. So I have made a point to take a photo of that, and as I go to the framer, just make sure that I maybe use a color I haven't. So I could use like a yellow, maybe a light green would look nice, but I'm basically going to put a couple more, and I'm just going to fill that whole wall. I will say, when I first started walking in my room, I was like, oh my gosh, that is so cluttered and messy. But, you know, I really want to show my work. So if it's cluttered and messy, it is what it is. And that little bench right there, that is Piggy's little chair. What color frame do I think I will use for the boss? So I think I'll use a green, like a light green, medium green. And then let's see. Oh, I have a tease for you now. So, in addition to all that I stitched. Oh, this is a different thing. Sorry, I got ahead. This is Barn Sweet Barn for August. This is Daisy. This is a sneak peek for September, August Barn Sweet Barn. So these are August colors, September colors. This is Daisy. This is Buttermilk. This is a 141 design house that we sell on our site. You just have to stay in it. And this is from the Target Dollar Spot section. Now, if you want these colors, they will be coming out tomorrow on our blog. We don't release those early. And this has been such a hit for this year. And I'm so thankful that all of you have sewn along. And I'm just happy when we come up with an idea that you guys like. So because you guys, I felt like you guys really liked it, I thought, you know, we can't just start 2023 without something similar, because I kind of felt like y'all would be looking for something just to keep going. So I have a sneak peek of Barn Sweet Barn 2023. Now this year we used the center of flea market baskets. This is a Lori Holt design. It's a quilt block. We put it on 10 count. So, you know, each year we change it a little bit. So this year, this is my hint to you. I stitched this. The one thing that's going to be different from 2022 is in 2022, we used 10 count. 2023, I picked 25 count white or cloud. And we're going to have a thread pack. We are giving, the PDF is going to be $9.98. It's going to be a PDF only. And we're giving you 14 stars. They're all the same. Oh, I just gave it away. It is a star. But 14 colorways. So if you don't like one of the months, you can pick a different month. And we're going to have a thread pack. And they're going to, each month will have a dark, a medium, and white. So, and I calculated how many white skeins you need. It's 4 for the whole year. And so we will have that thread pack in late December. The pattern will be late December also, or actually just December, not late. And this one, the only difference is it's 25 count, and it did take me almost 8 hours to stitch. So, oh, this is a good question. Canada Pooh. Can you show more pictures in your home of how you display your finished seasonal pieces? Yes, but I'm no expert. I'm not like Priscilla. I do not like decorate as good as Priscilla, but that is what I'm doing this weekend. So once I get that done, I will go ahead and show y'all pictures. So that is Barn Sweet Barn 2023. I'm gonna do a little peek. So for this week for Cheryl has been working on a ton of Lori's stuff behind the scenes. But she also worked on Thanksgiving Comes Again by Prairie Schooler, and it's this right here. This is 32 count Lugana from her stash, and any neutral fabric would be good. She is using called for DMC, and she's using 2 strands over 2 squares. And she is also stitching the month to months. So I stitched mine on pale gray gingham, which I can show you. She is stitching hers on 32 count even weave whitewashed board from Fabric Flair. So since she's doing 32 count, that's equivalent to 16 count. Now I don't have my September here. I think it's at the framer. In fact, I know it's at the framer. So mine is pale gray gingham, and my pattern is not going to show up as much on the fabric. Hers is going to show up more. Hers looks great, but hers will be slightly smaller because she's using 32 count even weave, which is equivalent to 16 count. And then one thing Cheryl doesn't do, she doesn't cut down her fabric for just what she needs, because she saves it. So she's going to stitch this, and then I bet she stitches the little apple down here, and then she'll save whatever's left. She likes to stitch with more fabric in her hand for some reason. I don't know why, but that's why hers isn't cut down and mine is, because I know you guys probably would want to know that. And I think she's only stitching the big one, actually. I don't think she's stitching the small one, now that I think about it. And then for this channel, this is a cross stitch channel, but we are actually a quilt company, and so we like to mix cross stitch and quilting. So on this FlossTube channel yesterday, we had video released. Jill Rep from June Taylor came in and did a video, and it is a very beginner video on how to make a quilt as you go project bag. It's called Zippity Doo Done, and they come with different colored zippers. So this one is the project bag with white zippers. This is Country Rose Collection by Layla Boutique. It's coming in stock next month. And so what I wanted to show you is, if you are, even if you're a full-time quilter, and so this is the front. The back, and the video has full instructions on how to make all of it. So you could make this bag and still be a beginner, and then people will think you are a pro. So the way that it comes from June Taylor is, they're called Quilt As You Go set of 2 project bags. You can get like a white zipper, a navy zipper, a black zipper, you know, the different colors they have. And what comes in your kit is your zipper, your vinyl, and the batting. And the batting, if you watch the video, is Quilt As You Go. And I'm excited that this video has finally come out, because now I get to keep the bags. So, oh, there's a sunflower missing on the left of the tree in block 7. Okay, I'm gonna write that down, because I am gonna fix all of it before next Tuesday. But we wanted to bring something like this to you guys, because I know a lot of you can buy also, like on Etsy, you can get from like Goose. There's lots of people that sell project bags, and I use those also. But we wanted to be able to show you, if you're a cross stitcher, how you can start quilting. Now this is a very easy zipper to put in, and if you watch the video, you will see, because this fabric, this zipper just goes over the vinyl, and then Jill went ahead and just put a gingham on top to accent it. So really cute. Definitely watch the video, and I'm happy that we have a bag video on our cross stitch channel, and hopefully you'll try it. So can I take a break? Okay, so I'm gonna take like a 2-minute break, and I will be right back. But what you can look forward to when I get back is, we're gonna talk about Expo, new items, and then Cheryl and I both picked 10 of our favorites from Expo. So just give me a quick second and I'll be right back. So this weekend there was a Needlework Expo, which was a virtual online event where different cross-stitch designers would present their new items. And so Denise, Cheryl, and I attended that, and you can find everything we ordered on our coming soon page. And so everything is set up. A lot of the images I'm about to show you are not final images. They're just images that we made so that we can show you. You can click to be notified when they come in, and some of them have already started to arrive. Some will take longer, some, might start selling out. So when they come in, we load them the same day. And I picked 10 favorites, and Cheryl picked 10 favorites from Expo. So I'm gonna just show them to you. So the first one is Welcome to the Patch by Annie B's Folk Art, and I think I'm gonna stitch that. I'm gonna put it for Stitchtober 2023 on my list for 2023 because I cannot add anything else to this year for that. The next one is Pop of Autumn. So you have seen that I've done Pop of Spring, Pop of Summer, and I believe Pop of Summer is still at the framer. But I am going to stitch this one. This is a really cool one because it comes with the pearl cotton and the fabric. So all I have to do is just get a needle and stitch. So as soon as this comes in, I'm going to stitch it up. Then Autumn Basket. Now this is a triple play pillows pattern by Hands on Design, and I just love that it is so quilty. I happen to really love the one in the top left, and she does have a tutorial. If you buy the pattern, there's a link to a tutorial on how to finish them into pillows. And there have been some previous pillows that she's done in like kind of the same type of triple play. So really cute. I've always really liked those designs, and hopefully one day I can get to these. Now this is so cute. I love it. So I'm not like I don't stitch like the Santas from Prairie Schooler. I haven't stitched any of the wee ones Santas from Heart and Hand, but I love this one. So Cheryl always makes me something for Christmas, and so I was like, Cheryl, could you make this for me? So I think she's gonna make it for me, so I'm so excited. And then now we've been talking about Peppermint Lane, sorry, and I did show what we're going to be doing for 2023, and we have colored most of it, not all. We are still behind the scenes working on a ton of stuff, but this came out and I was like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. So I'm thinking if Peppermint Lane is successful in 2023, this could be an option for a sew along for 2024. Autumn Provides. This is the last in the series by Summer House Stitchworks. So I have stitched the previous 3, and I'm going to stitch this one. So as soon as it comes in, I'm going to kit it up, and I think I can probably already buy my floss, and then I already have my fabric because I'm using that same fabric, and I can just get this stitched up. Now I'll probably put this for after Stitchtober. Gather. This is really nice. This is Primrose Cottage Stitches. I really liked that it was just plain and simple, and I'm thinking about stitching it on the whitewashed board by Fabric Flare, because I think that and actually that is right here, this fabric right here. So I'm thinking that would look really good and would really kind of pop out, and that's something you could leave out all year in your house. So I like it that it could be a home deck piece, and it doesn't have to be seasonal. It can stay up all year. So that is definitely on my list. Stitch Some Happy. That's so cute. That's Hands on Design, and she always does some stitchy designs. So that was really cute. And then Happy Fall, Y'all by Sweet Wing Studio. Love that. And then when we go to the expo, what we do is we go into each designer's rooms, and at the top of the room is like the new, And towards the bottom, they might have older things. They might have a section that says popular or bestsellers. And I saw this one by Stitching Jules Design and thought, you know what, I really like that. Now when it comes in, I need to see, you know, what floss does it use? How does that all work? But that's definitely on my list to buy when it comes in. So then we are going to start with CHERYL'S Top 10s. And you will notice a theme throughout CHERYL'S. Cheryl loves Halloween. Her and Kevin have that in common. Love Halloween. So this is Hello Halloween. This is a book coming out by Teresa Kogut. It has 11 designs. 6 are past Patreon designs and 5 are brand new. So if you didn't know, Teresa Kogut has a Patreon account, and if you go in there, I think you get a free pattern each month as part of your Patreon membership. Now, I am not a member, so I don't know how much it costs, but maybe I should be because I am on Patreon quite a bit. And also from Teresa Kogut, she came out with some ornaments, and this is Rudy, and so she loves that one. And Halloween Tiny Town, I mean, how could you not love this heart and hand design? It's so cute. Hocus Pocus by Luminous Fiber Arts. Okay, see, they're all Halloween, all of them. Autumn Crow by Pansy Patch. So this one's more of a simple one, but I really like it. It would be great for Stitchtober. And then Witches Training Academy by Kathy Barrick. She happened to love this one. I was like, the witch is so scary. Sing On Rejoicing. So this is from the Heart Needle Art. Really cute. And she's the designer that's been doing the Quaker Months that Cheryl has been doing. And then you guys got to see a sneak peek of this earlier in the year. But this is Kringle Flying Academy by Silver Creek Samplers. Really cute, and a big fat reindeer is what I saw when I saw him. I was like, that's a fat reindeer. And then Cheryl really likes these. Okay, so Cheryl also really likes hearts. Anything that's a heart. So this is called The Power of Red. It's by the Snowflower Diaries. And I guess you sew them up into hearts. And then she does like the new Fortnite fabrics that are coming out, and there are 6 new colors. We ordered all colors in 14 count, 16 count, 28, 32, and 36 count. So that's what we have from Expo. So you can start seeing that. If you just watch our What's New page, you will see everything as we load it. Another thing about, oh, we're going through the colors, sorry. Do you want to go through the colors again since I messed that up? So a long time ago, timeless, old-fashioned, heirloom, and days of old. Now, as they come in, we will take the fabrics and lay them out so you can see them when they come in. Another thing that we don't talk about nearly enough on the channel is we have flash sales every day. And when COVID hit, the flash sales were not as good because we couldn't get anything. And now that we can get more things, we can offer better sales. So we are going to start showing you today. So for the flash sale, what it is 24-hour sale. It's on sale that day and then it goes away. We have the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher Winter 2021 issue on sale. And I think it's great because it has a Teresa Kogut, Stitching with the Housewives Winter Snowman. They call it Buffalo Plaid Winter. And then I thought this was really cute. Dancer by Barbara Anna. So this is on sale today. And then we have medium 8-inch square vintage frame by Lori Holt on sale for 45% off. This is made by Family Tree Frame Company, and so it's painted on the front in kind of like a chalk paint, and then what you would do is just put your cross stitch piece in here. Of course, you could take this to a framer. Like if you framed it yourself, we've shown it before, you could just put foam on the back to hold it in, or you could take it to a framer and have it framed. Oh, Lori says she loves the power of red also, so we'll have to mail that to her. Okay, so I did mention already NPI is on sale for the month of August. So when things sell out, if they're thread packs, when they sell out, they probably won't be brought back. But if we sell out of a single skein, we will bring that back. So for the month of September, not August, so sorry about that, I am still in August, 30% off skeins and thread packs of NPI. And the reason I put that on sale this month is it hasn't sold well, first of all, but I love it. I think it's great. I think all of you need to at least try it once. It is a more expensive product because it's silk, but I just think you should try it because you might love it. So, and it also makes it more affordable since it's more expensive. It's 30% off for this month. Now for clubs, we were sold out of the Classic Colorworks Floss Fix Club for, I mean, like over a year. And we've been able to add some spots. So if you want to sign up, there are spots open now. This is what you would get in September. If you sign up now, so this is September, what you would get in September. And I'm going to talk about our new plans for 2023 after this. This will be what you get in October. So we did colorways. And then this is November. But I wanted to show you because once the spots fill up, I'm not sure when we'll open it again. Like, we have to have openings from Diane. So we will leave it open as long as we can, September, October, November. But what we decided to do, because we did this for about 3 years by color each month, starting January 2023, we're going to go alphabetically. So we're going to start with A and go all the way to Z. So if you haven't been a member, it's a great time to start so that you start getting it by the alphabet. So I'm actually going to sign up too. So I'm really, really happy to be able to offer that again because it was sold out for so long. And I feel like we're reaching now where we can actually show stuff again. Speaking of Classic Colorworks, 2 new colors just came out, Marmalade and Summer Sky. And Priscilla mentioned that her and Chelsea have a new pattern coming out using this. So we'll get to see that stitch soon. And then Summer Sky. Really pretty. And these are in stock, luckily. So I bought them right away. I was like, I'm buying them before they sell out. Charlie Chicken came out this morning. It's a tiered tray tidbit. It's a PDF. And we just showed Needle Art by Wendy from the Heart. And this is November Quaker, and Cheryl is still stitching these. She's just been really doing a lot of her model stitching. And then the Little Brown Bat came in. We got Modern Folk Art Cross Stitch. It's very, it's got 11 projects, and there's a lot of small designs. And then the Christmas Ornaments edition came in. And with the Christmas ornaments and the Halloween edition, those are kind of weird. Sometimes they sell out, sometimes we can't sell them. It's a very weird thing. Like, either they're really popular or really not, and they're not reorderable. So, just so you know, if we sell out, we can't get more. Sometimes we sell out, sometimes we don't. We have the new Twin Peak Primitive Patterns, and we just started carrying their patterns, so if they sell well, we'll continue carrying them. Founding of America, Silent Phantoms of the Night, Pride and Prejudice, Friendship Gives Wings, Letters to USA, Twin Peaks Santa 2022. So maybe they do Santas each year. I'm not sure. If they do, let me know. Twin Peaks Snowman 2022. Smiling Face. Horace Doyle 1739 Sampler. Hit the Road series. That was kind of, that one reminded me, we went to Salem this year, and I like loved it, and my kids were like, what are we doing? And Kevin was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this because I love you, but this is the most boring thing I've ever done. Kris Kringle, Merchant Negotiations, Hold Tight. And then this is Gingerbread Smalls, has 9 gingerbread designs in it. We just got a shipment of Tiny Modernist also. Autumn House on a Hill. Stitching Men's. Day Signs. I've stitched their Christmas signs. Night Signs. I think they also have a Halloween signs. And then the Stitch Witch. It's kind of cute with the little scissors. Safety pins. And we got some new Shannon Christine, and she actually emailed me this morning, so we'll have some more new from her next week too. Patchwork Gingerbread Man and Old Fashioned. And then Erin Elizabeth Designs, Love Grows Here. Oh, Christmas Tea, that's pretty cute. It's like teas all stacked up for Christmas. October 31st. Wild One. And Witch's Coffee House. One thing that we were able to get, so some of you guys wanted to stitch Peppermint Lane as one big piece. I am stitching Peppermint Lane individually on Vintage Country Mocha 14 count. But you need a bigger piece if you're going to do the whole piece. So look at it in front. It's so big. So big. So one side is modeled and one side is flat. So we have the 1 yard piece in. So if you want to stitch Houses on Peppermint Lane as one big piece, we were able to get a 1 yard piece. Obviously, you don't need the full yard, but if you use Vintage Country Mocha a lot, it's a great investment to be able to get one big piece. And Fabric Flair does have some new fabrics that we have on order, and those will be coming when they ship new ones. So you'll be seeing, they're on the Coming Soon page. You'll see lots of new Fabric Flair. But we got the 28 even weave and 14 count Aida on, it's called Sheet Music. So the 28 count reads a little bit lighter. The 14 count reads a little bit yellower and browner. So now I'm going to answer any questions you guys have. Lori says, how did I get the shoe? How did I do the shoes on Fall on the Farm? The pattern has the shoes in them, so they were just not stitched. Oh, this is a great question. Crystal asks, on the Pop Of series, will there be a pattern only option? As of now, no. Now, as the chart gets older, they might decide to do that, but as of now, I don't think they're doing that. Kaylee asks, have I used batting behind a cross stitch when framing? So the small one, I can show you real quick how I did. Now, if I take it to the framer, I don't. But if I do it at home, I do, and I can show you what I did. So this is month to month, August. And this is a $4.99 frame from Home Goods. Oh, this one I didn't put batting. So this one is 14 count. And this right here is by Annie Soft and Stable. And you can use batting, similar. So I just put that back there, ironed it. And then to do this gets pretty thick because it's thicker than batting. You have to kind of push this in. So anything like this that I do that's in a frame, I put either Soft and Stable or batting. Anything that Priscilla finishes uses batting. And then how about those? So this has batting. The bar, and on the black, what I think is interesting is she just uses regular batting. I thought she used black. She doesn't. And then these have batting. These are our Barn Sweet Barns. And for Barn Sweet Barn 2023, the one thing I didn't mention is we are going to do a really cool finishing video on that. So one thing we didn't do a finishing video this year, but you guys asked, so next year we do have that planned. Spice and Nice asks if I'm stitching the October month to month with called for classic colorworks. Yes, and she says or DMC. So anything Priscilla and Chelsea or anything Lori, I usually just use called for. And so Priscilla and Chelsea use classic colorworks in all of their designs, and I hardly ever change a color. Like, I might add blue eyes or something, but I pretty much stick to their colorways and go classic colorworks. The good thing is with them is they reuse a lot of the same colors. So because they keep it consistent, you're not constantly having to buy and buy and buy, because I just keep using what I already have, and then as I run out, I buy a new skein. Classic Colorworks is variegated, and it is really cute. Okay, Kathy Longo says, go back to the super chats. Kathy Longo, thank you, Kimberly and crew, for all you do and sharing your creativity to inspire us. Thank you for the super chat. Okay, Classic Colorworks is variegated. It's great to use. Bex from Texas would like to know what 14 count Ada could she use in place of Alchemy linen for Christmas delivery? We don't know. Okay, email Cheryl, CHERYL at fatquartershop.com. She is the best at that. She is out of town this week, so she will answer you next Monday. Okay, so we did get a question. What would you put on that sheet music? So Singing Sparrow by Sweet Wing Studio would look good. And a lot of times for fabric flair, they put out fabric that quilt shops have requested. So like if I called them and said, you know, I'd really like this, you know, they can mock something up. Shepherd's Bush could call them and say, you know, I would like to see something like this. So those usually come from ideas from customers or shops. Will I be getting more even weave? All I'm seeing lately is linen and Ada. Yes, and so we do buy even weave. We did recently add a lot of 25 count colors. I don't think they've arrived, but we did order, I think, 8. Anything you specifically want, we have a product request form. If you pop it in there, if I can get it in a reasonable time, I will order it. And Elva always answers, because I basically do the ordering. Me and Ryan order, and then Elva will answer you. Do I have white in 1 yard 14 count? No, but we can get it. So we will add it. We'll have Ryan look into ordering that. Oh, Lori says she always uses batting when she finishes her stitches, including Autumn Love. Now with Autumn Love, what's going to be great is I get to show it to you next week, and I'm going to talk through the piece she put it on, the batting and her lacing. And Lori has a lacing video that she did with the Prim Stitch series. We're gonna link it in next week's video to see how she did it. It took her about 3 to 4 hours to lace that piece. So you're able on that one to finish it at home and not have to pay a framer. D from Arizona says, since I stitch my fancy floss in a row versus 1 by 1, maybe stitch a pumpkin vertically. Oh, that's a good idea. Ilsa, maybe Christmas time can be stitched in sheet music. It would not look good. Sorry, that would not, because yeah, that one wouldn't look good. Do you have any tips for putting silk floss on floss keeps? Yes, what I use is I use the normal stuff. So I would use Floss Flowers, Beekeeper, anything, whatever I usually use. So, what do they call biddies? Floss biddies. Whatever I use normally, that's what I use. I don't use anything different, so I don't change it for silk. The pale gray gingham is in 14 count, but we also stock that in 16, 18, all the colors, all the sizes, I think. But like I said, any product request you have, we have received a couple of product requests in the last couple of days that have been patterns that we've ordered. And so we've emailed those people back. But we have also received some product requests on some things we didn't order, and we ended up ordering those. So we do listen to the product requests. Some things, I can't order every single thing, like, not everything, but I can at least look into it and get back to you. And we do strive at Fat Quarter Shop. I built this company with my husband based on customer service and trying to always think of the customer first. That's what we started with 19 years ago. That's what we do today. So we do really take pride in that. So I just want to thank you guys for watching. Next week, you can see Autumn Love in person, and I'm so excited. I did get to see it when it was stitched. Cheryl stitched it, but I haven't seen it finished, so I cannot wait, and I can't wait for you guys to see it because I think you're going to love it. And I am really excited about doing something different where I stitch something each day. It's so cute. I know I'm not going to get tired of it, and it'll be nice to see an accomplishment of that daily. So if you have any comments on anything, make sure you put them in the box. I do read everything. I do listen. I do take advice and suggestions. So anything you want to put down there for me, I will read it, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.